Hey, everybody. Welcome to Movie Mavens. I'm Carson Green.
And I'm Annie Janes. This week's spicy double feature is Nosferatu and Ed Wood.
Honestly, I love this. We chose this double feature specifically because Ed Wood is about the director, Ed Wood, starring Johnny Depp, which actually that's another connection, is that they both are starring Depps, with Nosferatu starring Lily Rose Depp. But this movie, Ed Wood, heavily features Bela Lugosi as himself, as Bela Lugosi, who famously played Dracula in whenever that was.
Bela Lugosi. There's an actor portraying Bela Lugosi.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But Bela Lugosi is playing Bela Lugosi, who played Dracula, and he it's like that was his peak. You know, you meet someone where high school is their peak. They're still wearing their varsity jacket.
Yep.
They still have their class ring on. He is that for having portrayed Dracula.
Yes. And he, there's a lot of like spookiness about him. He's still rocking the cape. The first scene that we see of him, he's in a coffin. And then too, it's in black and white. It's directed by Tim Burton. Like I just thought, it might be a fun little reprieve from this seriousness that is Nosferatu.
I think this is a great double feature. I had never seen Ed Wood. I remember reading about it in some film textbook, and I wish I could remember why. I'll get into that when we get into Ed Wood. But let's start with Nosferatu.
This creature is a force more powerful than evil. Its desire is to consume all life on Earth. Only you can redeem us. He is coming.
Did you get the coffin popcorn bucket?
No, I didn't. Did you?
No, but my brother-in-law went with us and he ordered 2 hot dogs and they just happened to come in mini Nosferatu coffin boxes. So that was fun.
You're telling me, let's back up for 1 second. This man that you know personally is eating movie theater hot dogs.
Yes.
Okay.
Something very rare happened. I went with some friends Christmas Day. That was fun.
Yeah.
And my brother-in-law got 2 hot dogs. This is normal behavior for him.
Okay.
Then my friends get the chicken tenders because they hadn't eaten all day. And then my other friend got a pizza.
Bro.
I have never once ordered food other than popcorn. Like, I don't fuck with the nachos. I don't fuck with any of it.
And this was their Christmas dinner, bro? Okay, well, that's fun.
I ate a French fry and it was like amazing. I don't know what kind of French fries they have back there.
You were hungry. I
guess hungry. So. Anyways.
Yeah.
Enough about the food.
Can you please hit me with some facts about this movie?
Yes, this movie came out December 25th, 2024. It was written and directed by Robert Eggers of The Lighthouse, of The Witch, of The Northman. We have covered, I think, all of those movies.
I don't think we've covered The Lighthouse, although a few weeks ago I did talk about it in one of our diary.
That's right. It's starring Lily Rose Depp, Nicholas Hoult, Bill Skarsgård, Willem Dafoe, Aaron Taylor Johnson, as well as many more. It has an 86% on Rotten Tomatoes. Here is the description from IMDb. A gothic tale of obsession between a haunted young woman and the terrifying vampire infatuated with her, causing untold horror in its wake. All right, Carson.
Yeah.
What'd you think, dude?
You know what? Actually, before I talk about Nosferatu, I do just want to mention that Jordan Peele was supposed to release a Christmas movie this year.
That's right.
It would have been his, what number is that? 4th feature. Same with Robert Eggers. This is his 4th feature. And it was supposed to come out on Christmas, and he bowed out for Robert Eggers to have that spot. And now he's not releasing his movie until September, bro.
What the hell? How can you sit on a movie for that long?
I just had to mention that. It's not that I'm mad or upset or anything, but...
But you were wishing secretly that you were watching Jordan Peele's next movie the whole time.
I wouldn't say that, but it did cross my mind.
We're talking about it now,
We're talking... all right. So anyway, Nosferatu, literally, Annie, I have to tell you, this is probably the most satisfying looking movie I may have ever seen. Every frame of this movie is art. Every camera movement is art. Like, this motherfucker is meticulous. And we have seen this level of meticulousness in his scripts, I feel. Like, in The Witch, very, very meticulous, very tight. And he really, really pulled out all of the stops for the way that this looks. All of the blocking, all of the cinematography, all of the lighting, every single frame of this movie, so beautiful. It's rich, bro. Like, rich.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I felt this way about a movie.
Even the silhouettes created by the costumes.
Yeah.
Immaculate. It's like the costumes were maybe my top 3 favorite thing about this film, truthfully.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I am right there with you. I loved the way this looked. The vibes of this movie were so strong.
Yes.
And there were so many shots that just like took my breath away.
Yes.
And there were a lot of camera moves. That kind of felt new for him.
Yeah.
And I love the way like the camera would move from one place to the next, and we would have Dracula's shadow from one shot to the next. Very well done. Yeah. It provided a lot of energy, especially in that beginning.
Yes. Yeah. There's a lot to appreciate here. Aside from just the cinematography, the photography of it all, the lighting, just everything, the way that this looks, these performances, dude. Everyone came out swinging. Like, there was not one single performance that I was like, I didn't really commit to that.
And I've never seen Lily Rose Depp act before. This is my first time seeing her. Yeah. Uh-huh. And she was great. She has a magic twinkle in her eyes, as her father did, truthfully. Yeah. And she knocked it out of the park. The dialogue is never easy in a Robert Eggers movie. And I was very, like, this is also to do with the cinematography, but I was very transported. Yeah. And the acting did that to me as well.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I want to talk about Bill Skarsgård for a second.
Okay. The Nosferatu.
Who played Nosferatu. Yes. And I just have to say, number one, hair and makeup took 6 hours every day.
Oh my God.
Prosthetics, hair, makeup, everything, 6 hours.
Oh my God. Imagine putting in a full shift and then having to go to work.
Right. Second thing, his voice was not digitally altered whatsoever.
Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding you. He worked for months with a dialect coach to get the accent. And he said he described it as, he also worked with a voice coach, and he describes it as not speaking from his throat, as to not strain his voice, because he's in this extremely low register. He said that he moved it from his diaphragm.
What?
So he could do take after take after take for days, hours.
Can you give me your best Nosferatu impression right now?
Oh my God. Okay.
I'll do it too.
Okay. You go first.
I need a sentence.
I know, me too. You have 3 nights.
That's pretty good. All right, here's mine. All right.
Okay.
You have 3 nights. So much breathing.
That was perfect, dude.
Thank you.
Was that you or Bill?
Bill. No, that was me.
Wow, that was amazing. Dude, Bill. Okay. And then let me tell you something else. About Bill Skarsgård, this performance. Okay. So, after he did The Witch, Eggers was going to make this movie. This was going to be his next movie, right after The Witch. And he signed on Bill Skarsgård to play Thomas. He hired him, okay? Hired. Ink wet, bro.
A blood contract.
And the movie fell through. Obviously, we didn't get it until 10 years later.
It happens.
Yeah. But Bill Skarsgård wrote Robert Eggers, and he was like, hey, so I'm still on the movie, right? And Robert was like, well, I hired Nicholas Hoult to play Thomas. Sorry, buddy. And then he was like, well, what if I played Frederick? And Robert was like, well, I already hired Aaron Taylor Johnson. Sorry, buddy. And then Bill was like, Robert, I love you. Please.
Let me be in your movie.
Please. And Robert said, what about Nosferatu?
Is that right? That is so surprising. One, Robert got a little more famous and he said, I don't need you, Bill. First of all, then he said, I know what you'd be great at. The guy that no one ever recognizes because that's all you play. Poor guy. I'm starting to feel bad for Bill. He's like, really? You want me in a bunch of prosthetics? No one's going to recognize me. I'm doing a silly, stupid voice. It's it all over again. Fine. I'll do it. I'm surprised that was the order of operations on how that ended up happening because I just thought, oh, Bill, you need somebody in a costume to do a silly voice? You call Bill.
You call a Skarsgård, honestly.
You do.
No, so that's how that happened.
That's funny.
I loved Bill's performance.
Would you say you liked the movie? Vibe, acting aside.
Yeah.
We haven't touched on the story.
Yeah.
And like by the time the movie ended, were you satisfied?
All right, let me be so for real and candid with you.
Yeah.
I don't really rock with vampires. Like, it's not really my thing.
Yeah.
I don't really get it. Not super
I didn't know what you were going to
it.
say. That is funny.
So I mean, like, I wasn't dying to see this because it's a Dracula movie. I was dying to see this because it's a Robert Eggers movie.
And the elements of Robert Eggers you loved, and the rest didn't love. Fair enough.
It's not that I didn't love it. It's just like it didn't capture me, I guess.
Yeah.
What about you? What did you think of this story?
I feel similarly in that the vibes were out of this world. Like I was so hooked from the beginning all the way to like from the beginning to getting into his castle was fucking stellar.
Yeah.
And then somewhere along the middle act, it started to lose me, truthfully.
Mm-hmm.
And I have some problems with the movie.
Okay.
That didn't work for me. Like, the movie kind of starts as Nicholas Holt's story, and then it completely abandons him, like, one act in, or in the middle of the movie. So structurally, that just doesn't work for me, because I would have rather, like, followed a singular character the whole time. Because now I'm disconnected from both him and Lily Rose Depp instead of being connected fully to one of them.
Yeah.
I thought that all of Dracula's powers and magic, whatever, were most showed off in that first act.
Yeah.
And I did not get this like increasing sense of dread or like shit's going down or like they were saying with their mouths like death is coming. We saw a couple coffins through the streets. We saw some rats, but I didn't feel threatened.
Really, when Dracula tosses that child,
that was
dead
fucking
child,
dope.
like a rag doll.
That was dope. And by that point, it was back, but it was this middle.
It was back. Yes.
It was this middle portion.
Yeah.
At one point, Dracula brings up the 3-day ultimatum.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's go. We got 3 days on our hands. It's going to help with the pacing. But I like lost the middle day and I didn't feel the sense of like increasing tension. This girl's dead. Now this guy's dead. Now this person's dead. Like I didn't feel that. And at the end, the men are going on their journey to try to kill him, and it's all for naught. And both Willem Dafoe and Lily Rose Depp know it's all for naught.
Yeah.
And she's like, I know the real way it has to happen. And then that happened. And I just felt a little underwhelmed. I will just be honest, by the story and the ending, which ultimately made me feel like this movie was just a little more style and a little less substance. And go ahead.
That's fine for me. I think that's fine. Like the shot of Dracula, of Nosferatu dying in the sunshine, that scene was extremely satisfying. Whether the lead up to it was or not is kind of irrelevant to me. It's just so fucking stylish. It's so beautiful. He created a world. Whether or not we explored that world fully or even like through you know, as you're describing, like through a singular character, at that point, it didn't really matter to me. I was so just like taken with the way that this movie looked.
I think what I wish is that Robert Eggers was less beholden to the source material.
Yeah.
Like, I wish he just cooked up a weird, fucked up vampire story.
Yeah.
Instead of having to, okay, well, a man has to come to my house and then I trick him and then I go on a boat. Like, we had the Voyage of Demeter moment. And then this. Like, it felt beholden to the source material in a way that if he was just, like, let free, I feel like it would have been different. And so I was underwhelmed. I was ultimately underwhelmed by the story, but the vibes were so sick. Like, they truly were. Okay, one more thing that bothered me that I have to get off my chest.
Yeah.
People were not talking to each other enough. So, like, when Willem Dafoe and the other doctor are getting into the investigative side of things, which I was starting to like, and I felt underwhelmed by that too. They go to the Rat Man's office, who Thomas used to work for, or Thomas was working for. And I'm like, why are they not talking to Thomas, who worked for this man? Like, they never talked. And then at one point, Lily Rose Depp is like begging to talk to Willem Dafoe, and they're like, you don't need to. And I'm like, let her. Like, people need to be sharing information. Yeah. And so that was frustrating to me. Like, I was hoping that there was more like discovery and problem solving and detective work. Yeah. And I was let down by that, truthfully. But again, I still really dug it. Those are my only gripes to gripe.
That scene where Willem Dafoe drives a spike through her wrist to prove that she is in a trance state. Yeah. I was like, what is going on with medicine in 1835?
He's like, see, I told you. I'm like, that was how? All the way through to he could have just gone in. He had to go through.
And then there was no blood. That was kind of crazy. I don't know. So Yes. Yeah. I agree with all of the things that you're saying now in retrospect, but as I'm watching it, I was just there, you know?
Yeah.
I felt like this movie was happening to me.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's so immersive. And I didn't know these things were my gripes watching it. Maybe the talk to each other thing I was like getting a little frustrated with. But at the end, I was more so just perplexed. I was like, I feel conflicted. I'm not sure why. And I had to think about it, like, because the movie is so transforming and transporting that it distracted me from complaining.
So I have one final fun fact.
Okay.
That I need to share with you. So there's a shot of Nosferatu standing in the coffin, fully naked.
Yes.
We're talking
we saw his dick.
frontal.
We saw Nosferatu's dick. 2024.
Yep, we sure did. And Annie, Robert Eggers gifted that prosthetic dick to Nicholas Hoult as a wrap present.
Okay, that's good.
Framed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, you know, it just seems like they had a good time making this movie.
I hope so.
It seems that way. Every I can't even get over like just the way that this movie looked. And then like all the night scenes of like this, like the color being sucked out, like all of the saturation being gone, and it's like almost black and white.
I quite liked that.
Me too.
I was in. Just the
too.
opening moment of like her coming up to the window and then we see his shadow through the window. She's floating in the air. I was sold. Okay, wait, I actually had one more complaint. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Why did she do it? Why did she summon him at all? I'd like to know.
Now, Annie, we're getting into victim blaming territory, and I won't stand for it.
Well, if the answer can be that she was just horny.
I think she was lonely. She says in the movie that she was lonely, that her mom died and her dad hated her, and so she just needed a
show
friend.
Don't tell is like how I feel.
Yeah. I also, one more fun fact.
Okay.
I'm saying one more, but this is my final one, I think. Lily Rose Depp did all of that body work. There was no strings. There was no nothing. That was all her.
Very cool. I was really reminded of The Exorcist, and I was thinking, I like this more than The Exorcist.
Yeah, I think.
If I may be so bold.
I will say, I think I was expecting more sex, more nudity, more just like kink. Maybe I was expecting it to be like kinkier and hornier than it was. And I've heard people saying like, oh, this is a super horny movie, but I didn't think it was as horned up as I think it needed to be. I'm
with you. Like, Gus was like, all right, Nosferatu, kinky Nosferatu. That's what he was expecting.
Yeah.
And it was like, it was there, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
And
it was very constrained.
Yes. It wasn't like super freaky.
Yeah.
And I wanted to read a little excerpt from Katie Walsh's review.
Okay. Oh, we love Katie Walsh.
Yes, she was on our Northman Witch episode, and that's why I'm reading this.
Mm-hmm.
Despite the sex, nudity, and declarations of desire, there's no eroticism or sensuality.
Yeah.
Despite the blood and guts, there's nothing scary about it either. This film is a whole lot of style in search of a better story, and without any metaphor or subtext, it's a bore.
Ooh, damn, Katie.
I know. Despite his passion for the project, or perhaps because of it, Eggers' overwrought Nosferatu is dead on arrival, drained of all life and choked to death on its own worship.
Katie!
She slit that movie's throat. That was her Letterboxd review, but it's an excerpt from her review, which is on The Herald Leader. I don't feel that strongly, but I'm picking up on what she's putting down.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. Me too. Yeah. I can see what she's saying for sure.
Yeah. I don't feel that intense about it, but I wanted to read that because like you said, like, where was the kink? And it wasn't scary either.
No.
It doesn't have to be, in my opinion.
No.
It doesn't have to be, but
no, it doesn't have to be scary, but it did need to be horny. And you know, the one shot of Nosferatu's dick out of any sort of sexual content.
Right.
Come on.
Okay, and when Nosferatu was sucking blood,
yeah,
that was cool. Out of the heart was neat.
No, like the sounds that his body was making.
Yeah. My friend saw this movie and a 12-year-old was next to him.
No.
But I was like, what? And then I thought about it and I was like, actually, think about it. It wasn't that terrible. It wasn't that horny. It wasn't that scary.
Bro. It's also not appropriate for a 12-year-old.
Out of all the things, though, I was like, actually? They're probably bored out of their mind.
Yeah.
That's the real problem.
You know, I'm not mad at the movie. I don't have issues with it. Like, obviously, I love Robert Eggers. He's like one of my favorite working directors right now. I just love his attention to detail. And, you know, if it looks beautiful, but the story is suffering, that's kind of okay with me coming from Robert. It would not be okay with me coming from, you know, someone who's just like car chase after car chase or something like that.
Yeah, right.
But a gothic ass vampire movie, yeah. Take my money, bro. Before
you give your Movie Maven score,
yeah,
where would you rank this with his other films for your, like, just your personal enjoyment?
My favorite is still The Witch, for sure. I think that that movie is so effective, and I think the story is just incredible on 10. And then I would say probably I guess I'm gonna rank it last.
Whoa.
I'm gonna rank it last.
Which doesn't mean it's bad, right?
It doesn't mean it's bad. I think okay. I want to see this again.
Yeah.
I think that it deserves a second viewing, not only because it's just absolutely gorgeous, but because I think there's probably some things that I just didn't see. And I had that same experience when I rewatched The Witch when I rewatched The Lighthouse.
And with The Witch, I just straight up didn't like it, and then I did. So, like,
yeah,
a lot can happen. For me, I like this better than The Northman.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't remember Lighthouse well enough, so I can't tell if it's like my number 2 or number 3. Based on memory, I think I would say, maybe this number 2, but like, you can't hold me to that. But Witch is still my number 1. I agree. That story is 10 out of 10. It is executed well, and the vibes are there too. So, yeah.
Keep giving Robert Eggers money.
I agree. I want more.
Okay, well, you know, it's a solid 7 from me. I'm going to watch it again in a couple of days, and I'll report back on the second watch.
Okay. I'm going to give it a 6.
Okay.
6.5 out of 10. Let's move on and talk about Ed Wood.
Ed Wood.
And action!
He made movies like no one else.
You want to keep moving. You've got to get through that door. Ah, that was perfect.
Perfect. Do you know anything about film production?
Well, I like to think so.
He had an eye for talent.
I met Bela Lugosi.
Well, I thought he was dead.
This is the most uncomfortable coffin I've ever been in.
No, he's very much alive.
You flying saucer?
He had a passion for storytelling.
Get me transvestites. I need transvestites.
You're flashy. They want that. Okay. But they want professionalism. So Nick Sonanelli without losing naivete.
What kind of a movie is this?
It's science fiction.
A heartbreaking romance.
Brave robbers from outer space.
Brave robbers from what?
And he had a secret he couldn't hide.
I like to dress in women's clothing.
Okay, Annie, please hit me with some facts about Ed Wood, the film, not the director.
Ed Wood, the film, came out in 1994. It was directed by Tim Burton, starring Johnny Depp, Martin Landau, Bill Murray, Sarah Jessica Parker, Patricia Arquette, and Lisa Marie. It has a 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. Here's the description from IMDb. Ambitious but troubled movie director Ed D. Wood Jr. tries his best to fulfill his dreams despite his lack of talent. Okay, quick backstory. This is a biopic about the real-life director Ed Wood, who is known for making, like, maybe the worst movies of all time.
Yeah, a laughing stock, if you will.
Yes. I had never seen it, but this movie, I just thought it was okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, unfortunately, I was cringing almost the whole time.
What were you cringing at?
It was just really cringy. I think like all of the trans stuff, like so in the film, Ed Wood has a fetish for wearing women's clothes. And then also, like, the first movie that he gets hired to make is about a trans woman. And as you can imagine, talking about trans women from what era is this? The 1950s?
This is, the movie came out in 94, so already it's going to be wrong. And
right.
Then when this was being made,
yeah.
50, 60, like... This is some...
I'm going to say the early 50s, probably.
Yeah.
So we're talking about trans women in the early 50s, but with the sensitivity of the 90s. So not at all.
However, I will just say, I didn't think it was that bad. Trying to look at it with our lens, I'm like, Bill Murray's character was just heartbreaking, truthfully.
Yeah.
He wanted to like have transitional surgery, and he tries to get it done, and it was just a scam, and that was the end of the story. It's very sad.
Yeah.
But I didn't think it was terrible.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Like,
no, you're right.
Like, Sarah Jessica Parker was upset at Ed Wood for dressing in women's clothing, but all of his friends and then his new girlfriend, like, stood by him.
Yeah, they were supportive. Yeah. No, yeah, I think it just was cringy. I felt like I was, like, bracing, you know?
You were worried it was gonna be bad. It was gonna be worse.
Yeah, yeah. And
really
then
wasn't.
Too, just, like, knowing Johnny Depp now, you know, after... I mean, this came out in 94. This is before a lot of Johnny Deppness happened. I don't know. It just made me cringe, bro. It just made me cringe straight up. But I did like the biopic of it all. I love LA movies. I love Hollywood. I love knowing about Hollywood and the history of it and everything. And I liked the biopic of it all. And apparently all that stuff with Bela Lugosi is true. Like he died a penniless junkie.
I did look up some shots from Planet Nine, and it was like 1-to-1. Even the Bela Lugosi moment, like that was what his house looked like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I find it fascinating that this movie is like, it's about the worst director to have ever existed.
Yeah.
But it was so sympathetic towards him that, like, I don't know. It just, like, it felt toothless to me. Almost.
Yeah.
And I know they didn't want to make fun of him because he has enough shit made fun of him already. But I was like, okay, a movie about the worst movies ever made, and this movie's just okay. Like, I don't know. I don't know, dude. It was like it just didn't capture me. I laughed here and there.
Yeah. No, I gotta be honest. I was waiting for it to be over.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did like all the shots of him directing.
Yeah.
Like all the shots of us on set of him directing and like getting one extremely terrible take.
Every time.
And being
Only
like,
one.
Cut, print it.
Yes, that was funny. But I think it could have made a little bit more fun of him, truthfully.
Yeah. No,
because
I
that
think
could have been a goof. Like the cut, print it. Like we were laughing because we knew. It felt like the movie almost didn't know.
Yeah. Bro, I
yeah.
had to look up. I had to pause it like almost immediately and look up if Johnny Depp was wearing teeth because of the way that he was doing his mouth. Those are his teeth. Those are Johnny Depp's teeth.
What was he doing with his mouth? I literally wrote down what is he doing with his mouth in my notebook.
I think it's an Ed Wood thing. I don't know. Have you looked at a picture of Ed Wood?
It's like he's talking like he's trying to do a thing. It's like his face is frozen in a smile. But then he would take his teeth out. Was that real? When he took his teeth out?
I don't know. Oh my God. Okay. So he did. Okay. I just clicked on an image of him wearing an Angora sweater and it says Ed Wood, a queer pioneer. Okay.
Yeah, the Angora sweater thing was legit. When the movie first introduces that concept, and he's like, Ed Wood is trying to make. Let me back up. Hollywood wants to make a movie that is a trans story, so to speak, the 1950s version of that, right?
Yeah.
And Ed Wood is like calling the producer, saying, "Hey, let me direct it. I am specially qualified." And then he goes to the producer and he's like, "How are you specially qualified?" And he's like, "Let me be real. I like to wear women's clothing." And this is the first time we as the audience are learning this. And I thought he was just lying to...
Me too, yeah.
To get the movie part. But then that was actually his whole personality. That just threw me for a loop. The other thing that really threw me for a loop is how Hollywood worked back then. My God. It's like, oh, they need a director.
Yeah.
Let me give him a call.
Yeah.
Knock, knock, knock. Trust me, I can do it.
And being able to call Vampira on her show.
Yeah, literally. He's like, there's someone on the line for you.
Oh my God. Okay, wait. Speaking of Vampira, she was my favorite part of the movie, though.
Agreed.
What a fucking knockout, dude.
And her being like, I'll be in your movie, but barely.
Yeah. Yes. I'm not speaking. Don't give me a speaking role.
Yes.
Yeah. No, and then, I guess his friendships were pretty endearing. Like, the scene of all of them getting baptized, and it's just this band of queer misfits.
I loved that. And Bill Murray being so dramatic about being in the water.
Yes.
Getting baptized just to make the movie, that was pretty good.
Yeah. No, I did like the portrayal of his friendships, and he was so quick to call people friend too. Like he met Bela Lugosi one time, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm friends with Bela Lugosi."
And then within days, he becomes Bela Lugosi's number one call when Bela he has an emergency. You know?
Yes. Yeah. No, I liked that. He seems like a good friend. Yeah. Maybe not a great boyfriend, but a good friend.
Maybe not a good boyfriend. No, not a good boyfriend.
And then, the end of him dying at the age of 54.
Do we know how he died? Like off the movie? I don't. That is an early death.
But what a legacy.
What a legacy. And apparently him meeting Citizen Kane, like, it allegedly happened where he like left the set and then came back and was like, I just met not Citizen Kane, Orson Welles, and I'm like, re-inspired to finish this movie. Yeah. He did that, but nobody knows if he actually saw him or not. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, no, of course he didn't. He just made that up.
So that scene is at a very, very, very famous Hollywood restaurant called Musso and Frank's. It's been around for over 100 years.
Oh, cool.
It actually has the very first payphone installed in all of Los Angeles. It's still there. And there are so many stories of old Hollywood taking place in Musso and Frank's. Like, even Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, they have like 2 or 3 scenes in Musso and Frank's. It's like a well-known, and so the whole thing is like, you saw famous people at Musso and Frank's because there was a phone there. So Orson Welles could have very well been there, and that could have very well happened. Like, it's not outside of the realm of possibilities.
Do you remember what the restaurant was with the big dome?
Restaurant with the big dome.
There was like a huge dome restaurant that they would frequent in Ed Wood.
Oh, yes. That's in K-Town.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Is that still around?
It is real. Yeah. It's a different something, but yeah, the building is still around.
Okay, that's cool. I was curious.
Yeah. No, I liked all of those scenes of them trying to fundraise too, and everybody just like, he's just a laughing stock.
Yep, he is. And like, while he is scamming people, like, I don't think it's with the intention to scam. It seems like with the intention always to make his art. Like, he thinks he's making Citizen Kane every time.
Yeah. Cut, print it.
And I don't think he ever actually knew how to do it.
No, and that is the confidence of white men.
No, it really was. If I could have a shred of Ed Wood's confidence.
Yeah. Ed Wood marched into Hollywood and he was like, I'm a director now. Thank you, everyone.
And that's that. Okay, I'm ready to score it.
Go ahead.
4.
Yeah, it's a 5 for me.
Yep.
I did like Johnny Depp's performance.
Me too.
Yeah.
He had it. He had it. Like, he was a star.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
All right. That's that.
Movie Maven score
4.5 out of 10.
That tracks. That makes sense. That feels right in my heart. I will say I don't really get it over this movie. I don't really get. Yeah, I don't.
Because it kind of has a cult following. I don't get it. That's my biggest takeaway. I don't get it.
Yeah. Whatever. Dudes love dude stories told by dudes starring dudes. I'll just say that.
Amen.
Okay, well, that's it. If you have a recommendation for a double feature that we should watch, write us on Instagram at Movie Mavens or send us an email at moviemavenspodcast@gmail.com. And that's going to be it. Movie Mavens all the way out.